32 in the regular season as EA7 Emporio Armani Milan host Barcelona Basket in a Turkish Airlines Euroleague. Well, buonasera to everyone and welcome here. Eyes are on the floor and the players get a chance to reacquaint themselves. Although they play for different clubs, that is Nikola Mirotic on the left and Tomas Satoransky on the right, two of the good guys in the round ball game. You can see Coach Penaroya, who has coached some of these players at different times in his coaching career. You can see he's just bracing Nino Dimitrijevic, who played for him in Valencia, and Nicolo Mannion played for Coach Penaroya in Baskonia. Both Valencia, well, they play this week in the Euro Cup, and Baskonia will play tomorrow night as they go to Istanbul against Fenerbahce. And as we wind down this regular season with just 3 games to go, there are plenty of teams that are in the mix. So if you go right down to 12th position, you can see Milan are hanging on by their fingertips. I suspect Žalgiris are out with just 14 wins. And so you can see Milan, Partizan, Paris, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Anadolu Efes, all the way up to 7th with 16 and 17 wins respectively. For all of those teams tonight, really the rest of the season, it's playoff basketball for them from here on out. Should Milan lose tonight, they might just fade away. And you can see how the teams have fared over the last 5 games. So just 2 wins in the last 5 for Milan. But Coach Penaroya's team, my goodness, they lost a heartbreaker at home 2 nights ago. They dropped the game to Bayern Munich 101 to 102. So can they pick themselves up and kind of answer the bell again tonight? They'll be without the services of Jan Vesely and Mise Metu, who was injured recently. And so we'll see who those blank faces are who've been called into the squad. And we'll see how long and how deep the bench is for Coach Penaroya tonight. As for Coach Messina, he's heartened by the fact that Siobhan Shields is completely recovered from injury he struggled or suffered with mid-season. And here's a player who used to play for him. Kevin Punter wore the colors of Milan in the 2020-2021 season, the last time Milan advanced to the Final Four. He started 27 of the 29 games in which he has appeared this season, his first for Barcelona. Billy Hernangomez in the front court in his 4th Euroleague season. He had a double-double in that loss to Bayern, 13 points and 14 rebounds. The rebounds was a personal best for Hernangomez. He is the brother of Juancho Hernangomez, who wears the colors of Panathinaikos. And now we'll look at the hosts. Mirotic, Shields, their 2 offensive talents, and don't forget about Zach Leday as well. Zach Leday, a former teammate with Kevin Punter. They played last year with Partizan. What an experience that must have been to play in Belgrade. Partizan are also one of the teams playing for their lives in the 2nd season with the play-in feature at the end of the year, 4,000-point plateau in that loss against Real Madrid. Mirotic now just one of 7 players who scored over 4,000 points in their Turkish Airlines Euroleague career. One of those players, Mike James, the only one past 5,000 points. But our congratulations to Nikola Mirotic for reaching that plateau. We'll take a look at some statistics. The one that should jump right off the page for you is that Barcelona are the most offensively potent team in the league this year. They average just a touch under 88 points per game. They're 2nd, no surprise, in assists with 20 assists per game. So they can really move the basketball to find the open man. They're also quite tight defensively, as you can see, 2nd in the league with 7.3 steals. So they'll play you on both ends of the floor. They'll guard and they'll score. And we'll see what they're like tonight. You can see a very focused look from Coach Penaroya. The battle of the coaches, the maestro, Coach Messina, with his 4 Euroleague titles, with a slight edge over Coach Penaroya, but Penaroya has been around the Euroleague and around the Euro Cup, he won't be fazed by tonight's occasion. Well, there is the maestro himself, the owner of the club, Emporio Armani. He's ever present at the games. He loves the game of basketball, loves Pallacanestro, as do those fans and the wide eyes of the young. Barcelona come out onto the hardwood here of the Forum. They make their 25th appearance in a Turkish Airlines Euroleague. They've been in every season, and we are in the 25th anniversary edition of the modern Euroleague. Barcelona have won 2 trophies. In 2003, they beat Treviso in Barca. Dejan Bodiroga was the MVP. And in 2010, they beat Olympiacos in Paris. Juan Carlos Navarro was the MVP. He is one of those 7 players who has passed the 4,000-point plateau. Navarro sits in 5th position, 4,152 points. Jan Vesely, also part of that group, 1 spot ahead of Nikola Mirotic. Well, all eyes here on the Jumbotron in the Forum. We're expecting a capacity crowd tonight as effectively the playoffs start. This club has a deep pedigree of success. They're 3-time champions, Milan. They lifted their first title back in 1966 when they beat Slavia Prague in Bologna. That must have been a sweet victory to win in Basket City. Then they won back-to-back titles in 87 and 88, beating Maccabi Tel Aviv on both occasions, first in Lausanne, Switzerland, and then in Ghent, Belgium. But that's a long time ago. If you are Milan fans, the last time they were in the Final Four, 2021, as I mentioned previously, Kevin Punter was with them, but he'll be against them tonight. They'll not worry about Final Four, as Gianpaolo Ricci, club captain's the first one on the floor. They'll worry about the next 40 minutes. And what an occasion for them to be at home. This man here, Neno Dimitrievich, he's having a fantastic season, his first ever in the Euroleague. The North Macedonian international has certainly stepped up to this level, and he looks like he belongs. Here's Zach Leday, former teammate of Kevin Punter. He's in his 2nd season, or should I say his 2nd stint with Milan. Leday wore the colors of Milan back in 2020, 2021. Back at the club. And here's Coach Messina and Penaroya at midcourt. So it's all very pleasant now. It's all very cordial now. But both teams know there's a lot on the line, and so you can be sure there'll be no quarter asked and no quarter given in tonight's game. We'll see how Barcelona responds to their injury woes. We'll see how deep the bench is for Coach Penaroya, and what a marvelous occasion here in this beautiful city. Home of the Cathedral Il Duomo, and of course the masterpiece of Leonardo da Vinci, The Last Supper. Well, the Milan fans are hoping they're going to get to sit at the table for a little while longer. If they can get a win tonight, keep their playoff hopes alive, the Milanese can go out into the North Italy night and enjoy a good occasion. Here's your starting lineup for the visitors. Sarr, Satoransky, Abrines, Jabari Parker in just his 2nd Euroleague season, and Willy Hernan-Gomez. Parker was a high school teammate of Kendrick Nunn back in Chicago. What a team that must have been. Nunn with Panathinaikos vying for MVP honors potentially this season. Here's your hosts, Nico Mannion, Stefano Tonut, Zach Leday, Siobhan Shields, and Nikola Mirotic. So the 3 stars, Leday, Shields, and Mirotic, will start for Coach Messina, and we'll see if they can jump out to a lead. Our combined officiating crew tonight, the three wise men, and what a busy week it has been for them. They've traveled the length and breadth of the continent of Europe. 18 teams, 9 different countries, and 15 cities, all part of this marvelous competition. We're in the anniversary edition, the 25th anniversary of the modern Euroleague, and we are on the road to Abu Dhabi. This year, the Final Four, for the first year ever, will be outside the continent of Europe. And so something to look forward to. 3 more regular season games to decide who will claim the top 10 spots. And then things really get serious, as teams want to get to the Final Four. Well, my name is Liam Candy. As ever, my privilege to be with you tonight from wherever it is in the world that you are joining us. I want to note just to any Spanish speakers who are with us, and of course, buonasera to fans of Milan. It'll be Milan in the red uniforms. Here's Mirotic, averages 17.6 points per game. He's 5th in the Euroleague. And there is Parker. Jabari Parker had 23 points in the loss to Bayern 2 nights ago. You can see how well loved Mirotic is. But they're still in touch, and they've got to stop that man right there, Dario Brizuela, who's been nothing short of outstanding in the first half. Brizuela with 17 points. Here's your score at the halftime break. Milan 44, Barcelona 55 in round 32 of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague. Well, fans, we're going to go courtside to get the thoughts of tonight's players. No surprise, our first guest, Dario Brizuela.
You see the basket like a bathtub tonight so far. Would you like to explain us the mindset of this first half? And
it's unfortunately that's something that has happened too many times. We will try to fix it in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Well, look at the shot here from Milan. They got 44 points at halftime. On a regular night, you'd be relatively happy with that. Just 2 fast break points. They're only 23% from behind the three-point line. They're actually the best three-point shooting team in the league at 39% as a team. So you would expect that average to tick up. But as Coach Messina said, our problem is on the defensive end. And that man right there is causing fits. His career high, Brizuela, was 27 points against Monaco in January of this year. We'll see if he can surpass that. And you see how much he plays in this game. This is Coach, I beg your pardon, owner, Giorgio Armani. He loves to see his team turn this around. If you were with us in the first half, welcome back to Milan. If you're just joining us from somewhere else, a very warm welcome to you. Benvenuti here to Milan. It is the hosts, Olimpia Milano in the red uniforms, Barcelona in the yellow. Barca break the huddle with punter. Well, that could make